She's been looking at your body differently since you turned 40. You just didn't notice what she was seeing. Or worse, you've been focusing on the wrong things entirely. 4 specific body signals women read in men after 40 that determine attraction, not appearance, not youth. Signals that tell her whether you're still vital or whether you've already given up. And when a man doesn't know what women are reading, he worries about the superficial while ignoring what actually matters. This is mind and emotion, the psychology of what women see in mature men. The first thing she notices isn't your face, it's your hands and how you carry them. Most men think women look at overall appearance first, the face, the body, whether you've kept yourself in shape. They obsess over grey hair, wrinkles, weight gain. They think attraction after 40 is about looking as young as possible. Wrong. Women over 40 don't start with your face, they start with your hands. And most men have no idea their hands are being read like an open book in the first 3 seconds of an interaction. What you think is happening? She's looking at my overall appearance, my face, whether I look good for my age. What's actually happening? She's reading your hands as the first indicator of whether you're still engaged with life. Because here's what hands reveal that faces can hide: whether you still do things, whether you build, create, fix, touch the world with intention, or whether you've withdrawn into passivity, whether your hands sit idle, hidden, uncertain, whether they've become decorative rather than functional. When a woman looks at a man's hands after 40, she's asking one unconscious question. Are these the hands of a man who still acts on the world, or a man who stopped participating? Strong hands with visible veins, with the small scars and calluses of a life actively lived, communicates something youth cannot fake: engagement. A man who still does things with his body, who hasn't resigned himself to spectating. But it's not just about looking at hands, it's about how you carry them. Do you hide them, keep them in pockets, hold them stiffly, or do you let them move naturally, openly, with the ease of a man who has nothing to conceal? When a woman looks at your hands, she's imagining one specific thing: how those hands would feel on her body, whether they would touch with confidence or hesitation, whether they know what to do. The second signal shifts from hands to how you hold your spine, posture. A man's posture after 40 tells a woman something brutal and immediate: whether life has broken your spirit or strengthened it. Not whether you stand up straight for health reasons, whether your back carries the weight of a man who's still standing after everything tried to knock him down. What you think? Posture is just physical, about my spine and shoulders. What's real? Posture is psychological. It broadcasts whether you've been defeated or whether you're still in the fight. When a mature man walks into a room with his shoulders back and his spine straight, women read it instantly. This man hasn't given up. Life hasn't bent him. But the next 2 signals reveal what she's reading about your sexual vitality. Most men think tired eyes and slower movement after 40 are automatic turn-offs, that women want the bright, energetic eyes of a 25-year-old, that any sign of age in your eyes or your walk is working against you. Wrong. Women after 40 aren't looking for youthful eyes, they're looking for present ones. Eyes that actually see them, not eyes scanning for the next thing. Eyes that hold steady, that focus, that communicate: I'm here, right now, with you. What you think is happening? She wants young, energetic eyes without fatigue or age. What's actually happening? She's reading for vitality, not youth. Energy that comes from purpose, not from being 25. Because here's what mature women understand: there's a massive difference between tired eyes and dead eyes. Tired eyes belong to a man who's working, building, engaged. Dead eyes belong to a man who's checked out, who's going through motions, who stopped caring about anything, including himself. When your eyes show engaged presence, calm but alive, steady but curious, a woman feels something youth cannot provide: depth without desperation, like you've lived enough to know what matters and you're still choosing to be present. When your eyes show engaged presence, a woman feels something youth cannot provide: depth without desperation. The 4th signal moves from your eyes to your entire body, your gait and movement. How you move through space after 40 broadcasts your relationship with your own body. And most men have no idea what their walk says about their sexual confidence. What do you think? Walking is just walking. Maybe she notices if I'm out of shape. What's real? Your gait broadcasts your internal relationship with your masculine energy and physical capability. A man who moves with purpose, who doesn't shuffle, who doesn't rush, who takes up his space without apology, communicates something that bypasses thought. He moves like his body still belongs to him, like he hasn't abandoned it or become ashamed of it. But the next two signals touch on what women read as direct sexual capability markers. Most men think leg strength is only about fitness and health, about being able to walk, exercise, stay mobile. They don't realize women are reading something completely different when they look at how a man stands. Wrong assumption. Women read how a man stands, his weight distribution, his grounded stance, his lower body strength, as a direct signal of sexual vitality and masculine foundation, not whether he goes to the gym, whether his body still carries power in the place that matters most. What do you think is happening? She's just noticing if I'm in decent shape, if I can still move well. What's actually happening? She's reading your stance as a biological indicator of sexual capability and masculine energy. Because here's what a grounded stance communicates on a level below conscious thought: testosterone, physical capability, the masculine foundation that creates sexual confidence. When a man stands with his weight low, balanced, grounded through his legs and hips, a woman's nervous system registers something primal. This isn't about muscles, it's about how you inhabit your lower body, whether you stand rooted or whether you're top-heavy, unstable, disconnected from your base, whether your power comes from your core and legs or whether you're holding everything in your shoulders and chest. When a man stands with his weight low and grounded, a woman's body registers it as primal masculine presence. The sixth signal moves from how you stand to how you sound, voice and breath. Your voice after 40 should be deeper, more resonant, more controlled than it was at 25. Not higher, not thinner, not breathless. If it's not, something has shifted in your testosterone, your confidence, or both. What do you think? Voice is just genetics. Some men have deep voices, some don't. What's real? Voice depth and breath control signal testosterone levels and calm dominance that age should deepen, not diminish. A man who breathes from his diaphragm, who speaks without rushing, whose voice resonates from his chest rather than his throat, he's communicating hormonal health and emotional control in every sentence. But when all four signals work together, they answer one critical question in her mind. Most men think women after 40 are judging how old they look, comparing them to younger men, measuring them against some impossible standard of youth. Wrong. All four signals, hands, posture, eyes, stance, combine to answer one question for her. Is this man still vital, or has he given up on his own life force? What do you think is happening? She's judging how old I look, whether I've aged well. What's actually happening? She's reading whether life force is still flowing through you, or whether you've resigned yourself to decline. Because here's the brutal truth about what women see in men after 40. They can tell the difference between aging and dying. Aging is inevitable. Your hair greys, your skin changes, your body shifts. That's biology. But dying while still alive, that's a choice. And women can see it in four specific places. Hands that have stopped doing, posture that's collapsed under invisible weight, eyes that look through people instead of at them, a stance that's lost its ground. When these four signals broadcast resignation, age becomes the problem, not because of the years, because the years have beaten you. When these signals broadcast vitality, age becomes irrelevant. When all four signals broadcast vitality, age becomes irrelevant. She sees a man still fully engaged with his masculine power. Look at how they work together. Your hands show you're still building, still acting on the world. Your posture shows life hasn't broken your spirit. Your eyes show you're still present, still curious, still engaged. Your stance shows your foundation is solid, your physical capability intact. Hands plus posture plus eyes and movement plus stance and voice equals the complete picture of male vitality that transcends age. What younger men have is energy without purpose. What you have, When these 4 signals align, is purpose with energy. That's the difference. And mature women feel that difference immediately. When these 4 signals align, you stop competing with younger men because you're offering something they can't. Vitality earned through decades, not borrowed from youth. You weren't losing her attention to younger men. You were broadcasting the wrong signals. These 4 body indicators: engaged hands, unbroken posture, present eyes, grounded stance, don't measure youth. They measure vitality, life force, whether you're still living fully or just going through motions. Because women after 40 don't want boys pretending to be men. They want men who've aged into their power, not resigned from it. Your body tells this story every moment, not through appearance, through energy. Subscribe to Mind and Emotion. We study what women actually see when they look at mature men. Now you know what she's reading. The question is, what is your body saying?